The gangly 27-year-old Ethereum founder has a vision for humanity's future that goes far beyond profiting from cryptocurrency. What exactly is Vitalik Buterin's to-do list? Bringing the nation-state to its knees, halting climate change, and even curing death itself, will he be able to pull it off? Join us today as we man the barricades and speculate on Vitalik Buterin's ability to lead a revolution. The flame of revolution was first ignited in the Russian-Canadian software developer Vitalik Buterin's heart in his early teens. From 2007 to 2010, I happily played World of Warcraft, the young billionaire recently wrote on his blog. Then, one day, Blizzard took away the damage component of my beloved Warlock's Siphon life spell. I cried myself to sleep, Vitalik recalls. I realized that day what horrors centralized services bring. The following year, Vitalik's father, a software developer, introduced his distraught son to Bitcoin, a potential solution to the scourge of central authority. Vitalik was already very good at math. Predat has a natural ability to add large numbers in his head. As a child, one of his favorite toys was Microsoft Excel, so the blockchain appealed to him greatly. Despite enrolling in a full program of advanced courses at the University of Waterloo in Canada in 2012, Vitalik spent 30 hours per week on assaulted crypto projects. Vitalik dropped out of college and dedicated his life to Ethereum because something had to give. Most people are only familiar with Ethereum as a Bitcoin alternative. It is, without a doubt, an alternative to Bitcoin and much more. When Satoshi Nakamoto created the Bitcoin blockchain, he or she purposefully used a limited programming vocabulary. Primarily for reasons of security, Vitalik, on the other hand, set out to create Ethereum with the intention of making his new blockchain programming language Turing complete, that is, versatile and capable of running complex secondary applications. A fully fledged online platform rather than a simple transaction ledger. Vitalik Buterin's revolutionary new framework expanded on Satoshi Nakamoto's utopian ideal of peer-to-peer interaction beyond simple commerce. Ethereum users would be able to create any type of application or haul corporations on the Ethereum chain at no cost. You could create an entire Facebook-style social network or a private stock market if you were so inclined. To date, there are numerous Ethereum projects ranging from the rare, which recreates the excitement of fantasy football leagues, to serious endeavors such as Seville, which uses cryptography to protect journalism from censorship and the erosion of professional standards. What is the significance of all of this to Vitalik? Because the blockchain removes trust as a service from large, powerful legacy institutions, such as banks, and returns it to the community that in itself is quite revolutionary. Vitalik, still irritated by his little Warcraft man, told Wired magazine, "I saw everything to do with either government regulation or corporate control as just plain evil, and I assumed that people in those institutions were kind of like Mr. Burns, sitting behind their desks, thinking to themselves, 'Excellent, how can I screw 1,000 people over this time?' You see, revolution is unavoidable because, in Vitalik's opinion, helping the little guy entails removing authority from those who currently hold it. According to him, power is a zero-sum game, and if you talk about empowering the little guy as much as you want to couch it in flowery language, you are necessarily disempowering the big guy. Personally, I believe that the big guy has more than enough money. In addition to his uncanny abilities, Akali describes Vitalik as a genius alien who is not afraid to start a fight. He has openly denounced Bitcoin evangelist Craig Wright as a fraud and a scammer for claiming to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto. Traditional financial institutions, such as Visa, JP Morgan Chase, UPS, and MasterCard, are already recognizing his significance, with significant investments in Ethereum projects planned for 2021. Vitalik has not only created a platform for new types of interactions, such as NFTs and newfangled DAOs or decentralized autonomous organizations, but he is also uniquely gifted in communicating this information. Indeed, one of his first jobs in the cryptocurrency industry was as co-founder and lead writer for the influential Bitcoin magazine. Among his most radical ideas is the notion that nation-states have outlived their usefulness. Countries, he claims, are inefficient and slow-moving. It is easier to find a single city where there is public interest in adopting any particular radical idea, he claims in a recent blog, than it is to persuade an entire country to accept it. So, charter cities, which are historically similar to Hong Kong or Dubai, are the future of innovation, according to Vitalik. The flexibility and nimbleness of the Ethereum blockchain will underpin the next generation of Hong Kongs and Dubais. Reno, Nevada has already begun to investigate blockchain technology, creating NFTs of public art, funding DAOs by renting out vacant state-owned properties, and even running casino games on blockchain-based random number generators. Beyond such gimmicks, blockchains have the potential to significantly improve governance. Because blockchains are transparent by definition, government fraud and collusion would be more difficult to perpetrate because all state business would be conducted in public. If that seems far-fetched to you, you are not alone. Although he describes himself as an intellectual hipster meta-contrarian, Vitalik Buterin is the ultimate pragmatist, willing to admit when he is wrong and fascinated by the countless human muddles and compromises he has had to make on his unexpected journey to becoming a leading tech seer. Vitalik is currently working around the clock to transition the Ethereum blockchain to a proof-of-stake mechanism, rather than the environmentally disastrous proof-of-work technology that he now admits was a huge mistake. Surprisingly, for such a prominent figure in the crypto world, he is skeptical of the recent NFT craze. He recently told Lex Fridman, "I personally cannot relate to this concept of spending a lot of money on something when there is no clear understanding why it would retain its value. I do not understand psychology." Vitalik, on the other hand, is a believer in the woo-woo concept of eternal life and has spent significant time and money promoting organizations such as the Sen Research Foundation. He believes that everyone should read philosopher Nick Bostrom's Fable of the Dragon Tyrant, which basically mocks our society's ridiculous assumption that death is unavoidable. I hope the concept of seeing your parents and grandparents die fades away, as it did the concept of getting lost in a city after the invention of the smartphone. Even if this brilliant, articulate, ultra-wealthy firebrand does not live forever, his revolutionary ideas will. What are your thoughts? Will Vitalik Rave's departure from World of Warcraft be the butterfly flap that ignites the revolutionary typhoon? Tell us in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe for more Ravid tech content.